Booster dose requirement. Coming up, Chico State students react to yet another vaccine mandate in the classroom. Plus, new at 6, a business break-in caught on camera in one local city. And a murder suspect finally is behind bars. We'll share how the suspect's family helped authorities make the arrest.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking today, all students, faculty members, and staff at Chico State must get a COVID-19 booster shot to stay on campus.
Action News Now reporter Christian Lopez joins us live from the university. Christian, how are students taking the news?
Well, most students I spoke with have mixed reactions, but they say they're still going to get the booster shot so they can continue going to in-person classes. Today, the California University system announced that all students, faculty, and staff must get the booster shot by spring of 2022. Chico State is no exception, saying the new policy goes into effect immediately. Students have until February 28th or 6 months after their second shot to get the booster. This comes as the Omicron variant becomes dominant across the nation. Fabian Schmidt is a Chico State student, and he says that he doesn't agree with the new rule.
I don't think you should have to take a vaccination. I think you should have a choice to be able to not get one. But if you feel like it's the best thing for you, I feel like you should have the option to do so.
As we've seen throughout the fall semester, vaccination and some of our other safety measures have proven to be very effective as we completed a very successful semester with the majority of in-person classes, and we believe this is directly due to our high vaccination rate.
Chico State Emergency Operations Director Mike Guzzi says the first vaccine mandate resulted in 16 students being completely dropped from all in-person classes. He says about 93% of students and staff were fully vaccinated and the rest got an exemption. And just like that first vaccine mandate, students and staff can still seek a religious or medical exemption. And the university will also host a booster clinic on February 1st and February 2nd. Reporting live in Chico, Christian Lopez, Action News Now coverage you can count on.
Thanks, Christian. Spring semester begins January 24th.
All healthcare workers will have to get a booster by February 1st and be tested twice weekly in the interim. So what does this mean when it comes to healthcare workers in our area? Action News Now reporter Jordan Henry breaks down the local impact.
Shasta Community Health Center already lost staff due to the first mandate. But for many healthcare workers here, getting the booster is about protecting their patients. Irina Raybeck has been a registered nurse for 14 years. She says she got the booster because her patients have a higher risk of getting COVID.
I personally chose to get vaccinated. I have a small child at home, and I work with a population that is high at risk. All our pregnant patients are. I felt that was the prudent thing to do and get the booster.
Raybeck says she felt she needed to get the booster because of her work with expectant mothers.
The booster is definitely needed because our pregnant patients are more at risk to get COVID-19. So their immune system is slightly lower when they're pregnant, so more likely to get COVID.
Laura Dugan, Deputy Chief Operating Officer at Shasta Community Health Center, says some of her staff don't want the booster.
We had the first booster, the first shot, second shot. We got through that. We did lose staff. It has impacted our ability to provide service, no doubt. Will this next mandate affect our staffing? Likely. There will be staff who will choose not to get the booster. They may be done.
Elisa Mayberry is not one of those staff members.
It's recommended. We should take it wholeheartedly. We still have COVID patients. We still have our ICUs full.
Mayberry says if more people get vaccinated with the booster, there'll be fewer people needing medical care.
Being a nurse in this community, I have several friends that are nurses in this community that are exhausted. And if people take this seriously and get their vaccines and get their boosters, we might still have healthcare workers that aren't burnout, that want to take care of patients. And we didn't go in this for the glory. We came in this to take care of people.
As for Dugan, she says once the mandate goes into effect, her facility will follow the guidelines.
So we will need to look at a timeline once we get the written notification of the mandate and then communicate to them what timeline they have to get the booster.
Dugan says many of the staff at Shasta Community Health got the booster, but she does expect some healthcare workers will walk away from the job. In Redding, Jordan Henry, Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
Dignity Health says they will also comply with the mandate requiring all healthcare workers to get the booster vaccine by February 1st. Well, breaking today, the FDA authorized the first pill in the fight against COVID-19. Pfizer's drug Paxlovid is something you can take at home to cut the risk of hospitalization and death. The prescription pill is the first U.S. medication that does not require an injection or an IV. Supplies are limited, but the White House is working to boost availability. The Biden administration says it will purchase 10 million doses of the pill. It will be available with a prescription for high-risk COVID patients 12 and older. The new pill could be life-saving as cases start to climb.
Alan, here's a look at what we're seeing in California as it comes to case rates. So this day last year, there were 93 positives per 100,000 people. Today, we're at about 16 positives per 100,000 people. Significantly lower, but still on the rise because 1 month ago, there were only 10 positive cases per 100,000 people in California. Butte's case rate is also down from this time last year and also down from that September spike, as you can see on this chart. This time 1 year ago, Butte was at 66 cases per 100,000 people. Today, it is at about 7 cases per 100,000 people. As for hospitalizations in our area, Butte reports 25 patients with the virus. Shasta, 33 patients with the virus hospitalized. 8 patients hospitalized in Tehama County tonight. It is wet and cold out there, good for us long term, but tough news ahead of the holiday as the winter storm moves across our region.
It's been kind of on again, off again rain today. Chief Meteorologist Jason Siff joins us. Is it on again or off again right now, Jason?
Yes. I will expound. Yes, we do have
please.
Some areas of light rain falling here and there, but not everyone's receiving it. We have some very high elevation snow too, but there's some really low visibility for a good portion of the valley and the foothills. It's actually risen up to 2 miles in Chico, but in general, it's between 2 and 4 miles all over Northern California, at least as far north as Redding. Excuse me. And we're still going to have low clouds and fog and some areas drizzle falling out of those clouds. You can see that on our satellite and radar composites. Some more snow over Siskiyou County, but also some rain and snow mixes over Plumas County and far eastern Butte County. Nothing too heavy right now, but we're going to have more of it moving our way late tonight through early tomorrow. The western halves of Tehama County and Shasta County, some light rain, some really high elevation snow, but you're going to encounter that as you get closer and closer to Mount Shasta. We're going to have a lowering of those snow levels down to about 2,500 feet by Christmas Day and lower than that afterward. I'll let you know how much rain and snow you can expect for the next 7 days coming up.
The winter storm is worrying some people traveling to see their loved ones for the holiday. Action News Now reporter Danny Maston is live in Chico. So, Danny, how are people preparing?
Well, for starters, Alan, people are coming here to fill up on gas before heading up Highway 32 and into the snow. Earlier today, I spoke with a couple of people who were here at the 7-Eleven gas station as they gassed up before hitting the road to see family or friends for the holiday. While some were worried about traveling in the bad weather conditions, others are not letting the storm impact their travel plans.
We live up 32 in Forest Ranch, and so we know our storm is going to hit, and we're just filling up in preparation, knowing that we might not be able to fill back up.
No, not too worried. I'm leaving early tomorrow morning. Not too worried about the storm, but I'm used to driving in the weather, so I've been driving for a long time.
People traveling to Forest Ranch tell me they are worried about the snow heading their way because the closest gas station to town is about 25 miles out. They are also worried about family members from out of town coming into Forest Ranch and not being able to find gas. Live in Chico, Danny Maston, Action News Now coverage you can count on.
Thank you, Danny. And AAA says if you're hitting the road this week, make sure that you give yourself plenty of time to get where you're going. Drive slowly and don't follow too close to the car in front of you. All the usual safety things. As people travel this holiday, health officials say it's important to take necessary precautions to keep you and your family safe.
That's right. Shasta County Public Health is recommending people getting tested 1 to 3 days before any family gatherings or traveling for the holiday. So that would be today or tomorrow. Health officials say they haven't seen an increase in testing, though. The agency believes that could probably happen. Several people say, though, in the community, they don't feel like they need to get tested if they're vaccinated.
As every holiday approaches, we just encourage everybody to stay vigilant, continue to use those layers of protection, masking, washing your hands, keeping the social distance.
Public Health is also urging people, yes, to get vaccinated, not just get tested, but also vaccinated, wear masks, keep the gathering small and ventilated. And if you're traveling out of town, Public Health does want you to get tested 3 to 5 days after your return as well. And if you'd like a list of places you can do that, go to actionnewsnow.com and click on news links. Tonight, the murder suspect tied to Sunday's shooting in Thermalito is behind bars. Last night, the SWAT team in Butte County arrested Zachary Hutchison inside a home on Fay Way in Oroville. This came after Hutchison's relatives alerted authorities, claiming Hutchison stole their car and then pointed a gun at the victim and the victim's daughter. Butte County Sheriff Corey Honey tells Action News Now that while investigating this crime, detectives located evidence that led them to believe Hutchison was also the man responsible for Sunday's shooting murder.
But ultimately, it was that one piece of the puzzle that we needed to start having all of the pieces connected, which led us to the arrest that occurred last night.
Sheriff Honey says he's thankful for neighbors who shared their video surveillance, which you see right here. Hutchison, this is who this sheriff says is Hutchison, running from the scene Sunday, which helped lead to that arrest. Now, the victim in the murder has now been identified as Leopold Rodriguez. Today, Action News Now also spoke with Sheriff Honey about a series of fentanyl overdoses at the Butte County Jail. Coming up, we'll share how inmates are getting that drug behind bars and what's being done about it.
Plus, new at 6, a business break-in caught on camera. That's straight ahead on Action News Now. New at 6, a cash register was stolen at a downtown Chico business.
Action News Now reporter Tori Apodaca shows us the break-in caught on camera.
Yesterday, this window here above me was boarded up at Thai Basil. It has since been repaired after owners say someone broke through that window and climbed into their restaurant. And they caught it all on their security camera. Take a look at the footage. The owner says one person was inside and another waited outside. The burglar handed the shop's register out the window. The owner says what's worse, the crook used a kitchen knife to cut the register wires. The owner tells us police found that register a few blocks away, damaged and emptied out. Now the owners say that they are worried that something like this could happen here at their restaurant again. Reporting in downtown Chico, Tori Apodaca, Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
We reached out to Chico police and are working to learn more about the suspects caught on camera there.
We're also learning more about a series of fentanyl overdoses at the Butte County Jail. This month, 6 inmates overdosed on opioids at the Butte County Jail, and one deputy was also exposed and was rushed to the hospital. Sheriff Corey Honey tells Action News Now they have all since recovered. He also says he has an idea of how the drugs got in.
Inmates who are aware of the fact that they're going to be coming into custody will secrete or hide the drugs inside of a body cavity.
Even with a thorough body search, Sheriff Honey says it is tough for his officers to find these hidden drugs. Honey tells the jail that his staff is trained with Narcan, a nasal spray that helps reverse an opioid overdose. They also have PPE equipment to keep guards safe from exposure and do regular body searches of inmates. The Chico State baseball and softball teams are preparing for their first games in nearly 2 years. We'll break down the newly released schedules straight ahead on Action News Now.
You're watching Action News Now. Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
Cold, wet, and gray out there as we get closer and closer to the holiday.
And a lot more yet to come. Chief Meteorologist Jason Stiff is tracking it all for us.
Yeah, as expected, we're not going to have continuous rain and snow all the way through next week, but every day we're going to have chances for rain and snow. We currently have winter weather advisories in effect for all of our higher terrain. That will last through Friday. However, that's going to transition to winter storm warnings, which will last through Sunday afternoon, and those snow levels are really going to lower. I'm going to show you those coming up in a second, but areas above 5,000 to 6,000 feet have a good chance for between 5 and 6 feet of snow, especially the highest peaks of the Sierra and the Southern Cascades. Right now, it is not very warm outside, and we have limited visibility in the valley as well as the foothills, 30s and 40s across our region with some areas of rain and snow. A lot of drizzle falling in the valley right now, but nothing too heavy. We have heavier rain approaching Eureka right now, and that's going to start moving on shore late tonight through early tomorrow. So you have a good chance of hearing rain on your roof and your windows, as well as on the sidewalk and the roads outside tonight through early tomorrow. More valley and foothill rain, more mountain snow, and tonight that snow level is going to start dropping. That's going to continue all the way through the Christmas weekend into the middle of next week. We'll have another chance for some showers of rain and snow Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon. Futurecast is trying to clear that sky. I think it's a little bit enthusiastic here. We'll still have good chances for at least showers on Friday, and that lowering snow level will continue all the way through Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. You can see that we still have that same trough of low pressure stuck over us, and these little disturbances are going to rotate right on through for the next several days, all the way through the next middle of next week. So still more good chances for some gusty wind, as well as valley rain and mountain snow all the way past Christmas weekend into the middle of next week. So that is definitely going to impact any travel plans you have, especially if it involves trying to go over our mountains, because some of those roads will be impassable and changes will definitely be required. Now, as far as our rain is concerned, the next 7 days, I still believe that the Futurecast is showing a little bit light amounts for the valley. I think we're going to have between 1.5 and 3 inches of rain for the valley. Those precipitation amounts, though, for the mountains looking really good, between 4.5 and 6.5 inches of precipitation, which translates to feet upon feet of snow. So through the middle of next week, good chances for at least 4, if not 5 to 6 feet of snow for the highest elevations. Speaking of which, here's where those snow levels are going to be going. Right now, it's about 6,000 to 6,500 feet, but by tomorrow night, down to 4,500 feet. Christmas Day, 2,500 feet. A lot of ridge communities already getting snow then, and it continues to lower to 2,000 feet on Sunday and 1,500 feet by Monday and Tuesday. So again, travel safely. We'll have wet roads in the valley and snowy roads in the mountains. Some of those mountain roads, though, will not be passable. Here's the forecast for tonight. Lows near freezing in our mountain communities, but mainly 40s for the valley and foothills. Tomorrow, windier weather in the afternoon and the evening, and the temperatures will be a little bit warmer with scattered showers of rain and mountain snow. Highs tomorrow will be in the 40s and 50s, but it's going to go down. That's corresponding with our lowering snow levels for Chico. The next 7 days dropping down to the lower 40s by the middle of next week. Definitely an active Christmas weekend, so make sure you travel carefully. And for the Redding area, lower 50s tomorrow and Friday with some gusty wind and good chances for rain. And we do have a chance for rain and snow mixed Sunday and Tuesday.
Jason, the schedules for Chico State baseball and softball's first full season since 2019 have been released. Sports Director Jenna Fink previews some key games next.
Chico State baseball and softball will soon
Chico State baseball and softball will soon return to the diamond.
The sports director Jenna Fink joins us now, and both teams are preparing really for their first games in quite a while because of the pandemic.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 years to the day since either team played in a game. Both teams open up their season on February 4th. Baseball opens with a 4-game series against St. Martin's at home. That's one of the Wildcats' 26 home games this season. Chico State will also host the CCAA tournament for the first time since 2008. The Wildcats hoping to make the postseason again, as they have the last 4 full seasons. They went 15-7 in the shortened 2020 season. Softball starts its season against Biola in the Concordia Kickoff Classic. They're the NCAA tournament runner-up from 2021. The Wildcats have to wait a while before returning to Nettleton Stadium. Their first home game is February 25th against Cal State San Bernardino. Softball also no stranger to the postseason. They've made it the last 5 seasons and were 19-2 before the 2020 season was canceled. Packers QB Aaron Rodgers was named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week for his performance against the Ravens last Sunday. In Green Bay's 31-30 win, Rodgers completed 23 of 31 passes for 268 yards and 3 touchdowns. And that third touchdown pass tied Rodgers with Brett Favre for the franchise record in career touchdown passes with 442. And they won't be tied for long. The Packers face the Browns Saturday at 1:30. The Kings and Clippers meet on the court for the 3rd time this season. Sacramento has already beat LA twice, and this time the Clippers trying to snap a 3-game skid. The Kings not that much better though. They've lost 5 of their last 7 games, plus 5 guys still in those COVID protocols. That includes De'Aaron Fox, Marvin Bagley, and Davion Mitchell. The Kings signed Emmanuel Mudiay and Ade Murkey to 10-day contracts with the league, thanks to the league's new COVID-19 hardship exception. Tip-off coming up shortly at 7 o'clock. That's all for sports. I'm Jenna Fink. We'll be right back.
When all things Christmas are said and done, if you're looking for a place to recycle that tree, you can drop it off in Gridley.
Harris Tree Service will chip and recycle your Christmas trees. They've been doing it for the last 8 years. Drop off the Christmas tree in front of the lighted snowman decoration at East Evans Reimer Road in Gridley.
Chief Meteorologist Jason Stiff has one last look at our forecast now as that rain comes down.
Yeah, we have a little bit of light rain still falling from all the clouds over the valley and the foothills. Nothing very heavy, but we will still take every drop that we can get. Areas of low clouds and fog through the evening, so make sure you drive carefully. We will have limited visibility through the morning.
All right, thanks, Jason. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tonight for Action News Now at 10 and 11.
Good night.
More rain and snow coming tonight. I'll have your 7-day forecast at 11.
Like at 11?
I actually finished faster than I expected to. I was like, that's too much time. More rain and snow is coming our way. Our forecast through Christmas is beyond at 11. More rain and snow is coming our way. Our forecast tonight at 11.
Tonight on Action News Now, the man investigators say shot and killed a Butte County man over the weekend. I'm sorry? Tonight on Action News Now, the man investigators say shot and killed a Butte County man over the weekend is behind bars tonight. We'll tell you what led to the arrest. And Chico State students react to a new booster dose requirement for campus. Join us tonight at 11. Tonight on Action News Now, how are illegal drugs making it inside the Butte County Jail? We hear from Sheriff Corey Honey. And a look at a local store break-in caught on Tonight on Action News Now, how are illegal drugs making it inside the Butte County Jail? We'll hear from Sheriff Corey Honey. And a look at a local store break-in caught on camera. We'll tell you what was stolen on Tonight on Action News Now, how are illegal drugs making it inside the Butte County Jail? We hear from Sheriff Corey Honey. Also a look at a local store break-in caught on camera. We'll tell you what was stolen tonight on Action News Now at 11. I'm Alan Morrison. Here are some of the stories we're working to bring you tonight on CW Action News Now at 10. The man investigators say shot and killed a Butte County man over the weekend is behind bars tonight. We'll tell you what led to the arrest. And Chico State students react to a new booster dose requirement. You'll hear from them. And how are illegal drugs making it inside the Butte County Jail? We'll hear from Sheriff Corey Honey. Plus your Christmas weather forecast. Join us tonight at 10.
Yes, I am. Let me just put my phone down. Okay. Chico State baseball and softball will soon return to the diamond. Welcome to sports. I'm Jenna Fink. The schedules were released for both teams' first full season since 2019. They open up the season February 4th. Baseball opens with a 4-game series against St. Martin's at home. That's one of the Wildcats' 26 home games this season. Chico State will also host the CCAA tournament for the first time since 2008. The Wildcats hoping to make the postseason again as they have the last 4 full seasons. They went 15-7 in the shortened 2020 season. Softball starts its season against Biola in the Concordia Kickoff Classic. The Eagles were the NCAA tournament runner-up from 2021. The Wildcats have to wait a while before returning to Nettleton Stadium. Their first home game is February 25th against Cal State San Bernardino. Softball also no stranger to the postseason. They've made it the last 5 seasons and were 19-2 before the 2020 season was canceled. Packers QB Aaron Rodgers was named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week for his performance against the Ravens last Sunday. Rodgers completed 23 of 31 passes for 268 yards and 3 touchdowns in Green Bay's 31-30 win. That third touchdown pass tied Rodgers with Brett Favre for the franchise record in career touchdown passes with 442. They won't be tied for long, though. Rodgers can break the record against the Browns Saturday at 1:30. Rodgers was also selected to the Pro Bowl today. It's his 10th appearance there. Other quarterbacks selected include Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady, and Kyler Murray. And 5 49ers players made the Pro Bowl as well. Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Trent Williams, Kyle Juszczyk, and Nick Bosa will make the trip to Las Vegas. It's the most the team has had in the Pro Bowl since 2013. The game is scheduled for February 6th at noon. That's all for sports. I'm Jenna Fink.
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Okay. Esta noche en Acción Noticiero Telemundo, personas se preparan para viajar y pasar los días festivos con sus seres queridos. Le diremos cómo el clima invernal impactará su viaje. Y hoy el Sistema Universitario de California anuncia que requerirá la dosis de refuerzo para todos en el campus a medida que los casos de Omicron aumentan. Además,
algunos expertos dicen que pudieran haber buenas noticias en torno a la propagación de la variante Omicron. Eso y más desde la capital más adelante.
Cubriendo el norte de California, estás viendo Acción Noticiero Telemundo. Cobertura en la que puedes confiar.
Hola, muy buenas noches. Les saluda Janely Pedrosa. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos en nuestra edición nocturna. El Sistema Universitario del Estado de California, conocido como CSU, requerirá que los profesores, el personal y los estudiantes que estén en el campus reciban la vacuna de refuerzo. El sistema esencialmente está actualizando lo que significa estar totalmente vacunado. La fecha límite para recibir la dosis de refuerzo es el 28 de febrero o 6 meses después de recibir la segunda dosis. Todavía se ofrecen exenciones médicas y religiosas. En Sudáfrica, los casos de COVID-19 han bajado significativamente, lo que puede indicar, según los médicos, que el pico por Omicron es feroz pero rápido. Sin embargo, aquí en Estados Unidos los casos sí van en aumento y los estados del país ya están reaccionando con medidas. Desde la ciudad capital, Randy Serrano nos tiene información sobre un paso que dio hoy el gobierno para tratar a los enfermos del virus.
Este miércoles hay otra arma para la lucha contra la pandemia. La FDA le dio luz verde al uso de emergencia de Paxlovid, un medicamento de Pfizer para personas de alto riesgo infectadas con COVID-19 que, según la farmacéutica, reduce significativamente el peligro a la hospitalización o muerte.
Lo más importante que deben de saber es que deben de empezar a tomarlo lo más pronto posible, en los primeros 3 a 5 días luego de la aparición del primer síntoma.
Es una noticia bienvenida en medio de la lucha cuesta arriba contra el virus que no da tregua. De hecho, ya hay casos de Omicron en todos los estados y en Washington, D.C., según datos analizados por la cadena NBC que indican que tomó 21 días para que la variante se sintiera en todo el país. Y asimismo se están sintiendo los cambios. La alcaldesa de la ciudad capital, Muriel Bowser, dijo este miércoles que a partir del próximo mes se comenzará a requerir prueba de vacunación en restaurantes, teatros, gimnasios y otros establecimientos públicos. El mismo mandato fue impuesto en Chicago y Boston, mientras que en Atlanta retomaron la regla de mascarillas en el interior de lugares públicos y en Nueva York le pagarán $100 a las personas que se pongan la dosis de refuerzo. La directora de los CDC dijo este miércoles que las cosas se estaban dando rápido, pero insistió que no debe haber pánico porque hoy en día el país cuenta con las herramientas que no tenía hace un año, como las vacunas. La variante también sigue causando estragos en el mundo deportivo. La Liga Nacional de Hockey confirmó este miércoles que sus jugadores no participarán en las Olimpiadas de Invierno en China el próximo año.
Según datos de los CDC, el 73% de nuevas infecciones solo la semana pasada se trataron de casos de Omicron, cifra que se teme vaya a incrementar en los próximos días. En Washington, Randy Serrano, Telemundo.
California se ha convertido en el estado más seguro en la pandemia, esto debido a las estrictas medidas implementadas por el gobierno estatal. Y como nos dice Alejandra Quesada, hoy se anuncian nuevas medidas para contrarrestar el golpe que se espera por Omicron.
Prácticamente todos los hospitales del estado tienen pacientes luchando por su vida contra el COVID-19. Hoy son 3.600 y la llegada de Omicron podría ponernos en una situación parecida a la que vivimos a principios de año, que había 22.000 pacientes con COVID-19 en hospitales. Es precisamente para evitar que la historia se repita que el gobernador de California anunció 3 nuevas medidas por la pandemia. No hay nada más importante cuando estamos esperando un aumento de casos que proteger a nuestros héroes que luchan al frente, los trabajadores de la salud. Es por eso que les pedimos que se pongan el refuerzo de la vacuna en contra del COVID-19.
Necesitamos protegerlos. Y la ciencia nos dice de que las personas que tienen el booster, que se ponen en la vacuna de refuerzo, tienen una protección de más del 90%. Y eso es precisamente lo que se quiere. Queremos mantener a nuestros trabajadores de clínicas, hospitales, a todas las personas que trabajan en el área de la salud saludables. Y la mejor forma es a través de la vacuna del refuerzo y por eso se les está animando para que se vacunen y se les está dando hasta el 1 de febrero para que lo hagan.
Asimismo, el gobernador indicó que encargó 6 millones de pruebas de COVID-19 para que todos los estudiantes se aseguren de regresar sanos a los salones de clase después de las fiestas y anunció una extensión de los horarios de operación en centros de pruebas de COVID-19 en estos días, que muchos buscan asegurarse que no llevarán el virus a la casa de su familia para Navidad.
Estamos tomando las medidas para evitar que sea un tsunami otra vez. Tenemos que tomar responsabilidad y hacer nuestra parte para impedir que el COVID siga adelante, especialmente estas cepas nuevas, ¿no?
Recuerda, la manera más fácil de encontrar una clínica de vacunación, ya sea una clínica con cita o sin cita, es a través de la página myturn.ca.gov. Si usted va a visitar a familiares o amigos, recuerde que el uso de mascarillas en interiores y el distanciamiento social también son armas con las que contamos en contra de más contagios.
Y ahora tomémonos un descanso de las noticias para el primer vistazo del tiempo. Y bueno, aquí les tenemos un vistazo de esas temperaturas mínimas que usted puede esperar esta noche. Puede ver que en la área verde, en la zona del valle, esas temperaturas van a estar en esos 40 grados, así que va a estar bastante fresco. Y para la zona de las montañas, aquí en esta área y también por aquí, esas temperaturas van a estar aún más bajas, mayormente en esos bajos y también mediados 30. Pero ahora para usted, mañana en el valle puede ver que esas condiciones van a seguir bastante lluviosas y esas temperaturas también van a estar bastante frescas. Y si usted vive en la zona de las montañas, también puede ver aquí en esta gráfica que también puede esperar a condiciones lluviosas y también cielos nublados y por supuesto nieve. Y bueno, con eso ahora regresamos con más noticias locales. Les tendré más información más adelante en el reporte completo del clima. Los días festivos se acercan y varias personas se están preparando para manejar y pasar el tiempo con sus seres queridos. A medida que el clima invernal llega a nuestra área, conductores enfrentarán lluvia en el valle y nieve en la zona de las montañas en los próximos días. AAA recomienda mantener artículos para el clima frío en su vehículo junto con alimentos adicionales, agua y cobijas. También no debe utilizar el control de velocidad automática cuando conduzca en superficies resbalosas y también debe aumentar su distancia a otros vehículos. Un paquete sospechoso apareció alrededor del edificio municipal de Chico, ubicado por Main Street. La policía recibió una llamada ayer alrededor de las 5 de la tarde de un reporte de un paquete sospechoso. La policía acordó que el paquete parecía raro y evacuó el edificio. Después de una investigación, el equipo de bomba determinó que el paquete no era una amenaza y la policía dice que no había artículos peligrosos dentro. Y esta mañana el trabajo en el edificio se reanudó normalmente. Las supervisoras del condado de Butte, Deborah Lucero y Tammy Ritter, hicieron un llamado a la gente para firmar su referéndum contra el mapa de redistribución de distritos del condado de Butte. El grupo llamado No on Butte County Gerrymandering está apoyando el referéndum y organizaron un evento